I'm Shadita Das. Welcome back to my channel. So yes, this video is about giving a boards and like the tricks and tips that I use to like study, and they totally work out for me. And I want to share this with everyone else who is actually preparing for their boards at the last 10-15 days. My exams are starting from 11th and people's are just ending, so just use these tips because these help me a lot, and these are small tips, not any hectic key you should make your notes in like Pomodoro method, do that, do this. No, these are very small tricks that make a huge impact while your study process, or anybody who's revising, or for a whole lot of you. I have done this from the very start, and it has been working for me so well. So the first thing I say is for making notes, okay? So this is one of my books. This is my sociology books. So whenever I have to make notes, I make it like this. I make it in my book itself, so that whenever I open my book, I could see those notes like sticking around in my book. And I don't have to search for my notes and for where did I keep my notes, because my notes, when I used to make notes, I have to make it in a very haphazard way. Most of the times I didn't get my copy, I have to search it, and sometimes it used to be so much messy for me that I was not able to maintain it. But however, from this, my books are just like my notes book. So like all my notes, everything, I use the small spaces which are left around in this side, and like they're in if you're using the NCRT book, the NCRT book have spaces behind it at the side of your books. Use that space efficiently. Write your book. It doesn't matter if your book gets dirty, because it's your book at last and you have to study. Make notes. And yes, secondly, this was the first, make notes in your books itself, in your book, which when you are reading, when you're studying the book, so that whenever you are reading, you could go through those notes at by side. You don't have to go to another copy, take out, and like at that point you don't understand in which section of the book is that question coming up from. So whenever you open your book, you're looking around, you're studying, these notes come up and you're like, great, now I have to study like this. These sticky notes come up everywhere, it's all over my book. So you just study, and these sticky notes come up, and or the side of the white side you have written stuff, so you read it and you're like, damn, this was the section it was saying about. I'm a humanities student, and this helps me a lot. This, studying this way, will make you understand this concept way better, because it's, you have read this up, and if I read one paragraph, I write the summary of that one paragraph, 2-3 lines beside that paragraph. This makes my understanding better, it makes my concept clear, and I could go around studying this chapter and this book all day because it doesn't bore me out. Secondly, which I use, is using plenty of highlighters. Oh my god, your book should be colorful. I say that all the time. These are the highlighters, all the highlighters that I use. I have around like, did I lost some? I have around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 highlighters right now in my pouch. Use it efficiently. Make your book colorful. Treat it like your kid. Your book should be treated like your own child. Keep it pretty, keep it, highlight every point, so that whenever you open your book, you see different colors, okay? And trust me, it's a psychological fact that your brain loves colors. So whenever it sees colors, it gets excited, gets stimulated. That's why most of the children books are so colorful. So whenever you open your book and one page and it's so colorful, all over highlighted, and like you're reading and it's like so prettily highlighted all over, it like feels good, and you want to read out which part is you have highlighted in different colors. So I have designated colors. For the important part, I will highlight with my golden highlighter. The least important parts I will highlight with my orange highlighter. And like the points which I have to remember, these are the keywords, I highlighted with a yellow highlighter. I have assigned each highlighter a specific job. You should do that too. And if you forget the job of your highlighter, write like in this corner why your highlighter, which job this highlighter is doing, so that whenever you open your book and you're like, okay, why did I highlight this, you could go to your highlighter and just check on the top of your highlighter, why is this book, why did you highlight it with this color? This is the second point. Thirdly, this is the most important. Whenever you study, remember that there are not in every paragraph there is some useless part, and these points are not required to be read out. You have to remember that you have to break this point, and you have to listen, and you have to but these points also make up a huge part of that book, right? So what you do is you read it, you try to question yourself, okay, why is this point relevant? Question yourself. Whenever you are reading your paragraph, write questions beside it, so that whenever you have questions, you have already made so many questions. I have legit all my books have so many questions framed by myself that it has brought so much change for me. Fourthly, just remember in the okay this if you're attempting the CBSE paper, just remember one thing: they have table marks, okay? So if you are making, suppose a question of comes up, like, okay, in CBSE you definitely have to write in points, don't forget that. If you don't write in points, your marks would be cut as such. And you have to remember that whenever you write in CBSE, you should answer it with a table. If you're like, you get subheadings for your each and every points, right? So what you do is subheadings for your points. So what it's a very simple thing that you could do is that key we make a table, small, just check out the toppers answer script that CBSE releases every year. Go on, you will see that each and every topper makes out a table for each and every question: long answer, short question, 2 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks. They all make a table for each and every answer. Make that, remember it as a core. If in every answer make a table, check the topper's answer script, check it, how they write their answers, check it. Because just remember, in my English paper, oh my god, I have seen toppers don't write such hard English. I know you have a good vocabulary, I know it, you have amazing vocabulary, doesn't matter. Remember to write as much as required. Don't like scream from your what your word limit. The CBSE like appreciates easy words. Doesn't go for very don't go for just so many fancy words, because the checkers of CBSE are good in English, but however they're not that, like, they would like the student to have simpler language that everybody could read and converse with. So try to maintain that in the points. And along with that, you have different subjects coming up in psychology, sociology, whichever subject you have. Try to write with a introduction, the marks, suppose you have 2 marks, write 2 points, and the conclusion. This is the pattern you should follow in most of the like writing subjects, not very theoretical subjects. These starts up your base for your questions. And I guess that tips, I use those tips, and I hope these tips help you too. Love you guys, thank you. And if you like the videos, please like the video and subscribe it. Thank you.